need to get this for Christmas. My son asked me for a new video game system. Not just the games, those things cost like $60 a pop. But he asked me for a new game system every year. And the game systems usually cost anywhere from $400 to $600. And instead of getting all that stuff for your kids, I want you to buy this for Christmas. An estate plan, either a will or a living trust. That can be, that video game can be a payment towards your estate plan. Buy an estate plan for Christmas. Okay, so let's talk about what an estate plan is, Jennifer.
Okay. So an estate plan are basically documents that will help to carry out your wishes and your personal goals in the event that you can't do them yourself because you're disabled, or in the event that you've died. You want to make sure that your next in line beneficiaries receive that inheritance that you have set aside for them.
Okay.
And so the documents that are typically comprised of an estate plan are a last will and testament, which basically are instructions about where assets should go. You can do a trust-based plan, which is a revocable living trust, which is another document that is a set of instructions on how things should transfer. The difference between the two, one can avoid probate, which is that ever looming word, dark word that most people want to avoid, and the trust can avoid that, but you have to
you go through the court systems to get everything figured out.
Correct. Okay. Probate is the court system, but a revocable living trust can avoid probate, but you do have to put some effort into making sure that things are titled properly, and there are certain steps and commitments that you have to make to the plan in order to avoid that court process.
So let me ask you a question. Why should I care about doing all this work? Because that just sounded like a whole bunch of effort.
It is. An estate plan should be effort. I mean, you can't just get a set of documents, sit it on the shelf, and then expect in 30 to 40 years that it's going to be ready to go. We all know that things change in the family, so your family dynamics change, the law changes, and with that, then your estate plan should be changing. And so why you should care is because when a death or disability occurs, again, only your loved ones are going to be left holding the bag. And 9 times out of 10, it makes it much more easier if you've already got all of that worked out. That way, people can focus on your care or making sure that your wishes are carried out in the event of a death. And so, by being prepared and getting a plan in place, this will actually satisfy those needs. The other documents that you get with an estate plan are your financial power of attorney, which is in the event that you can't make your own financial decisions, you'll have people in place that can make those decisions for you. Always name 2. And then you also will have a healthcare power of attorney. So in the event you can't make your own healthcare decisions, you want to have someone to make those decisions for you. You'll get a HIPAA, which allows the healthcare institution to talk to your agent named under your healthcare power of attorney. You'll get a living will, which is a pull the plug, not on me, on the machine. If you decide that receiving artificial nutrition and hydration being prolonged, even though death seems more likely, is not one of your goals, in that living will you can make those decisions.
What age should I do this?
I would recommend that if you get an estate plan, you should be at age 18.
Wait, hold on. 18-year-olds don't have nothing.
Exactly. Well, we think they don't have things, but they drive cars, they have bank accounts, they file taxes. So if they can file taxes, they have assets that the government is interested in, and in order for those assets to get to the next generation, then of course they have an estate plan. On top of that, when you turn 18, if you think about it, you are the age of majority in the state of Indiana, and because of that, you are an adult. And so when it comes to making decisions, whether it's financial or healthcare, and you're in school, whether that's college or some other accredited university, your parents can't get access to that information without you having some type of legal documentation in place authorizing it. So 18 is a good age to start, and plus it's always cheaper when you start early.
That's right, because you have less.
That's right.
Lambs, this has been Joy Edwards and Jennifer Norton.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.